and belts. What's going on, everybody? We're back to you guys on a Tuesday. Got my fellow world champions here. I got Man Up and I got Joey here with me. I'm back in my usual surroundings, and we're back here with another episode of Bells and Bells. How's everybody doing?
Can't complain. How you feeling?
Hey man, shoot. Hey man, I was on the road, man. I was out in parts unknown last week, so you know I'm back. I'm back in my illustrious man cave, back at the desk. Joey, what's up, man?
Something happened to this gold, man. Something gonna happen to you.
I'm just saying, man. I mean, dust is the way of life, man. You got to protect the gold, man. Got to protect the gold, and you know, perfect. It's perfect that you brought up gold because you know we here at Buzz Buzz we're still tracking our main man Dominic Mysterio. We're 72 days in. He is the longest reigning male singles champion in WWE right now on the main roster right now. Him and Cena won it on the same day. He won it before Cena. So yeah, Dominic Mysterio is the longest reigning singles male champion on the WWE main roster. So I mean, and the Judgment Day, they got all the gold again. You saw Finn Balor and JD McDonough win the tag belts on Raw this past week. So you know, Judgment Day back to doing Judgment Day things, and Dominic Mysterio leading the way. Man up, look at that.
Yeah, I did not know they won the tag titles, but hey,
yeah, beat the New Day. So we shall see. But yeah, coming off Night of Champions, and Joey, we're 3 days into the title reign of Solo Sikoa as our new United States champion. Yes, we are going to track this title reign as well. Because damn it, Solo Sikoa is 3 days in. Damn it, and we're gonna track his reign because I'm sure this one's going to be a memorable as well, Joey. No, Joey, no. Come on, I know you popped hard when you found out he won. I know you did.
This is the laziest, most racist angle, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Woo! Whoa!
Dang, Joey, controversial right off the bat. Come on now.
Yikes!
Explain to me how that's even a bloodline. Except all the Tongans are a bloodline in their own right. And then they got my man Hikuleo. They gave him a stupid name so he'd be the exact same as the other two Tongans. And they got a Filipino guy in there.
Maybe if you just get away from calling it the bloodline and just call it the whatever. I don't know whether their faction, their group, or whatnot. They're rolling deep. They're rolling deep because Tongaloa's back. With Tama Tonga comes back. So
we might as well roll it. Might as well roll into over like a fart in church. I mean, I swear to God.
Oh, no, I'm telling you, man. Hey, we might be sleeping. We might be sleeping on this here. We might be sleeping on Solo as the Intercontinental Champion, so as a United States champion. So we shall see. We shall see. So, but I you know what, Joe? I did not want you to feel left out. So Man Up got the Intercontinental with Dominic. You get Solo. So. We're gonna roll with it.
There's a difference though. Dominic's over.
Are you trying to say Solo Sikoa is not over, Joey?
I'm 100% saying. I ain't trying to say it. I am saying.
Hey. He beat Jacob Fatu
with his Timu bloodline. Yep, boy.
He beat Jacob Fatu. Hey, heel doing heel things.
Just emptied out the locker room at New Japan. Apparently, just all the guys in talent brought him in.
Oh dear gosh, I love it. I love it. Oh man, we're waiting for our guest to get situated. He had a little bit of technical difficulties. So we wait for him to jump in. In the meantime, man, let's go ahead and say hi to everybody, and we can do that.
All righty. Nasha, thank you there. Thank you. Welcome to Bells and Belts. She's our number one fan. Hey, what's going on there over here?
Don't say that too loud. We got some other folks up in here too.
Well, I mean, you gonna say that, man? Don't be. Yeah, you can't say that because we got some other people.
You cannot say. Hey,
I'm just looking at the
stats. She's your number one fan. She's a man up fan. That's what.
She's a Cedric fan. She's always fussing at me.
She ain't.
She always fussing at me. She don't never fuss at you.
Whatever. she's always coming to your defense. Always.
Platinum Swords, how you feeling, sir? How you feeling? Nasha, yeah, we see you back. We see you back. Hey, Nasha. It's great. It's great. I'm off in here. Yep. Thanks for watching us, Nasha. Judgment Days is the new bloodline. They just got all the gold.
Okay.
You know, Cedric can't wait for the day Dominic gets the longest reign.
Dude, hey. When that happens, we're gonna have an entire show dedicated to Dominic Mysterio.
This dude got another year and a half plus to even get to that now.
If that happens, we are going to have a show entirely dedicated to Dominic Mysterio. You go ahead and bookmark this right here.
It won't matter because he can't sing and dance like a honky tonk man.
Man, it doesn't. But
Dominic Mysterio couldn't give it to the honky tonk man if it had handles on it. All right.
Now, come on. Whatever.
Mendoza, yo.
I
need to talk about Dom Dan Solo. I guess that's what she meant to say. I want what Cedric had. I want what Cedric had.
Hey man. I don't have no alcohol tonight, man. I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying to be cool. So
honestly, Solo was the wrong move. He's so damn corny, man. He went from a threat to a side clown.
I don't know about that. I don't know if it was a threat. Let's go through the rest of the comments while we wait on Big John to come on. We can dive into real quick.
I just can't like that no neckties. Ooh, damn.
Wow. Actually, I think Solo's more of a knockoff Timu Samoa Joe. That's who he looks more like with the baggy shorts on and stuff. And
there's the future name. Okay.
Their future name. Okay. She done named him. Okay.
Stop with these short out of shape wrestlers. Yes. Solo is not over in any way.
Oh my God.
Tell him, Joey, I hate Solo.
Man, look at man. I'm not feeling the Solo love out here. I need for y'all to
we got some Solo love, but it's for a red Solo cup, not for Solo Sikoa. Now,
damn, Joey. Joey going with the gut punches.
I know it's crazy.
Bloodline. All right, let's go ahead and get to these. I guess it might be ready.
He didn't beat Jacob. It was 5-2. Hey,
5-2.
Who's holding the belt?
Me.
Who's holding the belt?
Me.
I'm not even. You know what? Go sit in the corner. Go sit in the corner. Go sit in the corner. Who's holding the belt? Who is the WWE United States champion right now?
Oh, it's Julia.
That was another title change. We're going to cover all these title changes on Digging in the Dirt. Not next week, but week after next. So I don't want to go too deep into it, but we got a bunch of new champions that we need to talk about. But so week after next, don't forget next week. We're taking a pause for the cause. Week after next, we're coming back with Digging in the Dirt. Nesha got out. What? Okay.
Yeah,
boy,
let's
you got a lot of
let's let him get through these. I guess it's ready now.
All right, good deal. Wow. All right. Good deal. But yeah. So, all right. So it look like our guest is said. Joey, go ahead and give us a quick intro. Then we're gonna bring him on.
All right. Yeah, we're excited to have him here. A young man, a young prodigy of professional wrestling, somebody that's made a lot of news, especially last year winning the Memphis Wrestling Tag Team titles with Marcus Buff Bagwell. Made news across professional wrestling. Some of you guys were privy to that, aware of that going on. Hopefully, a lot of you are. Most recently held the Memphis Wrestling Tag Team Championships again with Kay Toomer. There in Memphis Wrestling. He makes trips across a lot of companies. Young, again, one of the most promising young stars in professional wrestling today is Big John Dalton.
There he is. He's in the house tonight, y'all. Big John Dalton. Brother, we was worried about you there for a little bit, man.
Hey, I got it figured out. We got to move around in the BJD lounge, I guess.
There it is. Thanks for taking the time to join us here at Bells and Bells. We definitely appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I'm more glad to be on here than ever. I'm super excited to talk about belts and wrestling today, and I can't.
Oh, absolutely. Speaking of belts, what are we holding right now?
We're holding currently the Memphis Wrestling Tag Team Championship.
Okay, all right. So now, yeah. So we put the spotlight on you. So that means you got to show off the belt. You got to show off the belt. There we go. All right, yeah, and we're gonna flip it over. So we're gonna flip it over so everybody can see it.
Oh,
there you go. Come on, champ. There you go.
That's nice.
Nice.
Good deal.
Those are super nice. I love the way the red blue look on the nickel plating. They did that's a really nice design. Now, does Dustin design these belts?
I believe so.
He's got some artistic ability here. Like, I like all the Memphis Wrestling belts they got now. They're real nice looking. So yeah, super cool designs.
All right. But just so with all of our guests, we the first thing we tend to jump into is like first wrestling memories, and whatnot. So talk us through how were you introduced to professional wrestling? Not necessarily in the ring, but it was like how were you introduced into wrestling? First wrestling memories, stuff like that.
One of my first ever memories and one of my favorite memories is my dad taking me to one of my first ever professional wrestling shows. It's actually my first ever wrestling show, the independent show. And it was in Ripley, Mississippi with Buff Bagwell and Carlito as the main attraction.
Wow. Really?
And from then on, that's whenever I fell in love with wrestling and Buff Bagwell. And the funny thing is, though, come August 10th, at the Wrestle Center at Memphis Wrestling, Carlito and Buff Bagwell will be back on the same show together where it all started for me. So that's kind of crazy.
That is a crazy full circle moment right there. Oh wow. All right. So do you remember how old you were when you went to that first show?
I'd say 6 years old, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, it was never really cartoons. It was my dad put Monday Night Raw on, and I was hooked. So
yeah.
Oh, nice.
I mean, that's how me and my dad grew a bond together, was through wrestling. Honestly, we were always going to any wrestling shows around, always watching wrestling. So, I always had my little toy action figures in the floor, and me and him just go to town trying to wrestle each other with action figures.
I love that. I love that so much. That's definitely one of the aspects of professional wrestling. That's a lot of folks tend to forget. Where as wrestling fans, we tend to worry about all the other all the inner workings, backstage mumbo jumbo, whatnot. But it's truly like the wrestling, professional wrestling as a bonding mechanism for families, man. Like I love hearing stories of how like you like fans going to the shows with their parents, and their parents going to wrestling shows with their parents, and so on and so on. That generational wrestling fans, you know. So
I got another question for you too. I know you mentioned you really became a fan of Buff Bagwell that night, like right out. So you're fortunate enough to come up in an era with YouTube already and stuff like that. Did you go back and start watching like Monday Nitro and the old days, like the Marcus Alexander Bagwell days, but long before that, and all the different tag teams he was in with Too Cold Scorpio and the Patriot, and of course Scotty Riggs, who I know you worked with too. Did you go back and kind of dig into the Marcus Bagwell career history after that?
I did as much as it would let me go to. I went all the way back from he was Handsome Stranger, American
Wow.
NWO. So I tried to find it all, you know. He actually had a documentary come out. I cannot tell you the exact date. Of course, I was still younger. It premiered in Atlanta. It was called The Good, the Bad, the Buff. And that's whenever I really understood what Buff Bagwell's life from point A to point B, the be all end all, everything Buff did in his life before wrestling, everything he did during wrestling, all of his accidents he ran into. It was just everything. And at the time, it was really just like, you know, it was mind blowing to see that Buff went through all this and he's done all this. And it really made me even love Buff more, honestly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So did you keep getting to go to indie shows throughout your youth?
Absolutely. So I went up to indie wrestling shows until I was 15 years old, and I was finna start high school, and I was like, you know, Dad, all my friends know I go to these wrestling shows. They just kind of like laugh at me, like, you still watch that kind of stuff. And so I was like, let's go to one show, and then I'll be a big guy. I'm going to watch. My last show ended up being at the Memphis Wrestling Comes Back after so many years, and it was Dustin Starr's premiere show. So I went to that, and I was still hooked. And I was like, well, I really don't want to stop watching it. And then I went back to YouTube because I was like, I want to see if I can see myself in the crowd on live television. And so I go back, and one of the commercials is King Cobra. He goes, you have what it takes. Now it's your turn to sign up to be a professional wrestler. Come train at the Wrestle Center. And so I sent it to my dad, and it was just kind of like, you know, how cool would it be for me to be a pro wrestler? And I've played all of these sports. I've played basketball, track, baseball. I've swam, you know, anything the school offered, I tried to play it. And so, you know, I was never really good at the sports. I was pretty decent at baseball. I had a good career there in baseball, but wrestling was kind of a different breed, you know. And so I sent it to my dad, and I was just kind of like, you know, how cool would that be to have a job or a sport called wrestling? Something I've always loved. And he took that and he ran with it. He got the hook up through Dustin Starr, and from at the age of 15, that's how it kind of took off. All thanks to my dad.
Oh, wow.
Nice. That's great bonding, great memories, a great foundation to set for you. Now that you got that foundation set, what's your next step?
My next step. So currently on TV, me and Kay Toomer hold the Memphis Wrestling Tag Team Championship. So if we keep defending them and keep winning that, hopefully we'll go for the longest reigning defending Memphis Wrestling Tag Team Champion, the Big Mains.
Now I gotta see this one more time. Just one more time. Can you hold that belt up one more time for me? Cause that is a huge belt, man. Hold on. Whoa.
Now you told me off camera too that this was actually the Memphis Wrestling Tag Team belt you won with Buff Bagwell.
It is. Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
I like that side, that property plate too. But yeah,
Yes,
I just
absolutely.
wanted to see that again because I saw some of the comments, people liking that belt. But yeah, all right. I saw I jumped the gun
Let's
there.
go back. Let's go back
Yeah.
though to let's go back to where you were 15. You started training at 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you did?
Yes, sir. I started training at 15 years old. It was kind of we walked in there for a tour. Dad got that scheduled for us. We walked in, and I just kind of instantly fell in love, and I knew right then this is something I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And you know, we signed the papers. My dad put down the payments for the training, and then from then on, I took off with it. 15 years old.
Nice.
Wow. So you were trained, like you said, you were trained there in Memphis Wrestling, like you're
Yes, sir.
homegrown from that company. Tell us about who trained you and how that relationship developed.
So I had a couple of trainees and trainers and mentors. Memphis Legend King Cobra was one of my trainers. Derek
Wow,
King
nice.
was one of my trainers. Of course, Dustin Starr, Mr. Alan Steele was one of my trainers, and then some of the guys that worked for Memphis Wrestling that you never knew who would stop by and come work out with us one time or two times. You know, we trained on Mondays and Wednesdays. And so it was always something new. It was always something different. But just to be able to say I was trained under Derek King, King Cobra, Dustin Starr, and Alan Steele, that itself is a resume.
Yeah,
Good deal.
absolutely, guys. That all. And for those who don't know, like back in the late '90s, early 2000s, especially, you couldn't turn on WWF programming, Memphis programming, Nashville programming without seeing Derek King and Alan Steele all over that programming. And a little later than that, Dustin started on a lot working for WWE himself for a while. And King Cobra being old school Memphis wrestling legend from back in the CWA days, back in the USWA. Former unified champion there. So you're talking about a lot of history, a lot of success with those four men in the professional wrestling business. So definitely you didn't learn from just anybody. You learned from people who had worked at high levels in professional wrestling, wrestled on TV worldwide, and wrestled the best in professional wrestling. So that's quite a group of names there of people who have done a lot in professional wrestling and won a lot of championships, traveled the world.
Yes, sir.
Now, I got a question for you. Now that you're training, how did you feel when you took that first bump?
Oh, it was every bit as painful as I thought it would be. So yeah, I was real nervous, and it took me a while to get it down. And finally, once I did, I was like, "Ooh, I signed up for it. Let's keep going. I want more."
Right? Where did they have y'all training at back then? What kind of?
Well, the first training group went through the Wrestle Center, which is where Memphis Wrestling is. So
Okay.
the same ring you see on TV is the same ring we train in.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, I remember seeing the videos of them transforming that building into the Wrestle Center, doing all the paint and setting it up exactly. Looks incredible on TV. I'm a big fan of that setup too.
Yes, sir.
That's a brilliant move they made. It looks great on TV and everything. So that goes a long way there. Go ahead. I believe somebody else is about to ask a question.
Yeah. I was going to add to the I know that taking that first bump tend to be that come to Jesus meeting and whatnot. Did you prefer the back bumps or the rope burns from running the ropes?
Oh, I don't know, because that's real cable. So I'd say they both suck either way. So that's kind of a lose-lose situation. I'd say I was more sore hitting ropes than I was taking bumps, honestly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Doing them rope drills ain't no joke either. So, sometimes you be itching for the back bump so you can stop hitting those ropes for a minute.
I've seen some of those first time people training too that decided to take their shirt off getting in there the first and then you get burned up a whole lot worse from not having some ball too. It's like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, especially I always enjoyed the elbow smacks at first too. If you don't have elbow pads, God knows, awful pain too, hitting your elbow on that hard surface.
Elbow pads, boy. You mean they actually had elbow pads? Man, doggone lucky.
Well, you know, if somebody smartened you up to begin with, you'd have some, or they let you find out the hard way what happened. How valuable those are.
So you've been through the training. How long before you into your training did you have your first match?
It was 1 year. I did 1 year of training, and then I had my first match. So the good thing about training at Memphis Wrestling, they always have a showcase show once you get a group of the guys ready. And I was so happened to be the first group that was ready. It's called Stars of Tomorrow, Part 1.
Yeah.
It was my first match. I was in the main event against my trainer, Derek King. So I get to train a whole year, and then I was in the main event against my coach, Derek King, and that was something I'll never take for granted.
First time walking through the curtain for your very first match. Talk us through that emotion.
What was that again? I'm sorry.
I was saying your first time walking through that curtain into that crowd, going against your trainer. First time that first walk to the ring. Talk us through that emotion which you was going through.
Oh, it was something that you'll never forget it. I'll never have that high again, and you could say it was like a roller coaster almost. I could always remember. I still get butterflies to this day, but that day was something totally different. I came out and everybody chanted my name. I see my family, my friends, fans that are already fans of me, and just having the chill bumps, and then finally stepping through there. It was like everything paused, and I just got to have that moment. First time ever stepping through ropes in front of a live audience.
And you were 16 at the time, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's scary in its own right.
Exactly.
Against a guy who's been in the business longer than you've been alive.
Exactly.
That's serious, though. It's so wow.
Yeah. Now that you're in that ring, you getting bounced around, you're throwing your trainer around, y'all having a good match. What are you feeling?
Sore, but honestly, I didn't really feel anything. Like I said, I was like, this can't be real. No matter what was going on, I just couldn't believe it. 16 years old, I've turned my dream into a reality.
That adrenaline is something else, man. I'm telling you. That adrenaline is real.
Yeah, it is.
Now, by the time I got to the back, I might have felt a couple more bruises.
Yeah, once that adrenaline wore off, now you feel everything.
Especially laying in bed later that night or something.
Right.
Can't get comfortable.
Okay. All right. So being as young you are, you're still in school, yes?
I graduated this previous year, yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So
but at the time,
going back to after your first match, I'm sure some of your friends that you go to school with was there. Was not. Talk us about you being the wrestler, and also you're in high school and you still finishing up school. Talk about what that was like.
So I want to say Inglemoor High School is a school I go to. It's a little community in the North Mississippi part. We kind of all know each other. We're not that big of a school. The whole community itself was so supportive of anything I did. But I'd more say so the baseball team, just because they were the guys that came to the wrestling events. They would come, we'd put them on TV. They were like my number one fans at the time and still are to this day. And we also do a Memphis Wrestling fundraiser at Inglemoor every year. We have one coming up August the 8th. So that's going to be really fun. I always love to go back and perform and from my hometown on my turf, as you would say, where you literally put the ring on the baseball field that I played on. But yeah,
Nice.
going back to school, especially after the first time it was like really known that I was a wrestler. Especially like the really young kids, they all looked up to me. They all wanted me to stop and give them a high five or a hug. So it always made me feel
Yeah.
special, you know, that there was someone out there that looked up to me like I looked up to Buff.
Mm-hmm.
It's full that whole full circle there. I
Mhm.
love it. I love it. Man, we got a couple questions out there. Let's
Alrighty.
let's get that.
See what people are saying.
All right. How old were you when you started wrestling? You already answered that one.
Yeah.
How long have you been wrestling?
This coming up summer will be 4 years.
Alrighty. Have
Wow.
you always wrestled in Memphis?
Yes, I started in Memphis. I'm still in Memphis. Of course, I've went off to other places, but Memphis is my house. Memphis is my home.
Alrighty.
Okay.
We already got that answer right there.
Then we probably get the first
Here
match.
go a funny one. Has wrestling got you girls?
I guess so.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I guess so. I guess so. I currently have a girlfriend, but it was not because of wrestling.
Okay.
How does she feel about the wrestling, though?
Do you have any
That's the real question.
Do you have any favorite interactions with any fans during a match?
Yes. I'm glad this question was asked. Speaking of little kids, there's this kid that I see as exactly how I looked up to Buff. This kid looks up to me. He is at every wrestling show I've ever been on, whether it be Memphis or not. His name is Shadow Warrior. Last year is whenever he started coming to the shows, and he was at Kids Camp. That's how me and him met. And I just kind of, at kids camp, I was one of the coaches. I was showing them how to roll and stuff because I love kids. I'm really good with kids. And so they had me go in there and just kind of show them some stuff. We actually have kids camp coming back up. That's July 17th and 18th. You can register now at memphiswrestling.tv. But Shadow Warriors, where Shadow Warrior was made, was Memphis Wrestling Kids Camp. And so and from then on, me and him just bonded like me and Buff did. It just instant click. And he has his own Instagram and social media now. It's called Shadow Warrior. He's at all the shows, but there was this time where if I did like a comeback in a wrestling match or something, I'd have the heel bump and feed, and I'd have Shadow Warrior up on my shoulders, and I'd just kick him in the face. And so always loving Shadow Warrior's there. He's always interacting with all the wrestlers. And I feel like he's going to be a wrestler whenever he's older, 100%. Shout out to Shadow Warrior.
That's gonna be your future tag team partner. You mark my words.
Absolutely,
that's
absolutely.
Tag team
That will
champions
be a
would be.
full circle moment right there.
Yeah.
I mean, like you literally cannot write this any better. Talk about long term story planning. Come on now, that's ready made.
Now I understand. You do have a relationship with Buff going back a number of years. Tell us about that a little bit.
So my dad's favorite wrestlers growing up was Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, and then Buff Bagwell.
Nice.
You know, so my dad loved when Buff Bagwell joined the NWO, and so that era of Buff Bagwell was his favorite.
Yeah.
And so then whenever that one show came with Carlito and Buff Bagwell in Ripley, Mississippi, he's like, I gotta go take you to meet one of my favorite wrestlers. I saw him at the merch table. He did the whole strut. He calls the Nitro Smile, and he gives this whole speech about how the girls can't get enough. I was like, I want to be like him. And so from then on, me and Buff clicked at 5, 6 years old, and he always would stay in touch. He came to my hometown, wrestled for me at one of my birthday parties. He has introduced me on TV for one of my first matches. We've won the tag team championships together. I've traveled with him. So me and Buff, I feel like have a deep history. We always stay in touch, and I can't wait to see him back in Memphis.
Nice.
Let's circle back. Let's circle back to when you two won the tag team championship. Talk us through that day and what was that like? Because that went viral a little bit.
So we had whenever we came to the Wrestle Center, I didn't know what was going on. I knew Buff was coming back. Nobody really told me what was going to happen, and I had this feeling like it was going to be something good, you know. And so it was just a normal day of TV, and I look at the board and it says Buff Bagwell, Big John Dalton versus, and I was like, hold on, wait a minute, Buff's wrestling. And so
when was he wrestling? Yeah.
Then I was like, okay. So then that's when I found out, like, hey, this is what's going on. That was a dream come true. And then it had all those. It went viral, had all those views and stuff. And so that even made it even more special. You know, my first ever time headlining something, it was with Buff Bagwell and me winning Memphis Wrestling Tag Team Champions. So
Nice.
that's something I'll forever cherish. As you can see, I'm holding our Memphis Wrestling Tag Team.
Was that your first championship?
It was, yes, sir.
That's awesome.
Man.
No, I mean, let's not sleep on the fact that Marcus is a tag team legend in his own right. All the WCW World Tag Team titles that he's held many, many times over. To win a tag team title with him anyway, you added your name to that list of partners he had winning tag team titles, which is amazing in its own right. You're talking legends amongst that, and him being a legend himself. Tell us also, because not long after that, you also, I believe, teamed up with his old partner.
I was 1/3 of the American Males, baby. That was fantastic. Tagging with Scotty Riggs. Scotty really showed me stuff that I kind of never seen before. You know, I always say you never stop learning in the wrestling business because you can always learn something new. But Scotty, he really had he had a different style of movesets. So if it was from how he did a hip toss to how he threw a drop kick, you know, and so tagging with him was really, really fun, and having Buff there. And so it really was a cool moment, especially having the American Male, someone that everybody grew up watching from back in the day, and then me getting to be involved with that itself was special.
Yeah. Scotty's another guy that, was on major worldwide television for years himself, a former World Tag Team Champion himself. And again, like a stalwart of Nitro, ECW, like a lot of people know him too. So great minds to have back in Memphis wrestling as well, getting to pass knowledge on it from that level. So Memphis Wrestling is doing it right. they bring in people with the knowledge and everything to bring something to the TV show. And amazingly, like I got a couple of questions with this though, I guess, because you started out in a company that has television. Like a lot of guys work the indies for years, never get on television, never do that. First question is how natural did you take to the TV stuff with the cameras and everything?
So Memphis Wrestling, they train how to work the cameras. Okay, so
in the school, yeah.
So in Memphis Wrestling, if you train at the Wrestle Center, they teach you how to work the cameras. We're a 3-camera product, so they teach us how to work the hard cam, how to still incorporate the fans, like if you were at a house show, but also the cameras is where it's at. They teach us how to get our money shots, how this right here is what we're working for. All the audience at home, you know. So yeah, luckily I was trained to learn how to work the cameras. If you'd say.
With a mentor like Marcus, it's like who knows better about making the most out of his TV time and everything. Like, let's be real, that's what Buff does. What he does in the ring is like 30% of him. The rest is all the Buff character, the cameras, and everything like that. So yeah.
And that was another thing. Speaking of Buff working the cameras, he also taught me like how you walk to the ring, how the camera picks up this angle, how the camera picks up that angle, what's something that you do different as you walk to the ring, and stuff like that. And that also makes that moment special for me, working with Buff and Scotty, and then getting to see their recovery on the DDP. Was fantastic. Shout out to them too, and also Butterbean. He couldn't even hardly walk, and now he was on Memphis Wrestling. So just seeing them guys go through the DDP and then recover and look healthy again, and saying they could get back in a wrestling ring is really, I'm really proud of all of them.
My other part question to that was going to be, when you go to other independents, because I know you work other independents, do you run into haters? Do you run into jealousy from other workers who kind of jealous of your
It's
success?
real.
Do you run into that?
It's
I
real.
know. Oh, I know.
Yes and no. It's nothing major.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna have the guys that say, you know, I wish I could be on Memphis, you know, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe one day you get a chance, you know. And that's kind of it, you know.
Right. Not
If
like you
there is
scout for
haters,
them.
I never hear about it. I stay away
Yeah.
from all that, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to scoop low to anything like that, you know. I'm doing my thing and I'm gonna mind my business,
Exactly.
you know, and I just
Yeah,
Smart man.
keep going.
Smart
if they
man.
hate, let them hate.
Exactly.
Let the
And
haters hate, you know.
Exactly. Like if they really want to get the Memphis wrestling, like there's a way that you can do, they can do it. Hey, last time I checked, they're still training.
Yes,
That's
sir.
the way it is.
Absolutely.
If you try, so exactly, especially with the partnerships that Memphis Wrestling has, work with WWID stuff like that. So
Oh yeah.
It's definitely ways to go about if wrestlers are trying to do. So yeah.
Tell us about the excitement with that. From having a star within your own ranks get signed to the WWID program. Because let's be real, for years and years, wrestling in the Mid-South, wrestling in the Deep South, didn't really get a lot of looks from the big companies and stuff like that. To where now Dustin has created a platform and a company to where they are watching Memphis wrestling. They are watching that area now. There was somebody signed from you guys to that deal, and now there is a spotlight because Dustin is bringing in so many of the WWID talents and having them get in there and work the show too. Puts a lot of spotlight on Memphis wrestling, puts a lot of attention, and builds that reputation of Memphis wrestling with WWE in the wrestling business, that this is a professional place. This is a safe place for these talents to come and work, to get reps in, to get on TV and stuff like that. How exciting is that, knowing that that spotlight is on the area now?
Honestly, it lights a fire under me to know that there's something out there that I can achieve.
Right.
And so seeing my coworker, as you will, Aaron Roberts, get the ID, just shows me that I have a chance to make it far in the wrestling business.
Yes.
And so seeing all these ID guys come in and hear their story, they're all super humble. I've had so many conversations and talked to them almost on a daily basis through social media.
I love that.
They all have kind of have almost the same story. They're all unique in their own way. But they all tell me, like, you know, everybody has a chance. How bad do you want it? And so going back to whenever I said there's always people coming by training, you never know who's going to show up to training. Aaron Roberts was one of the first guys I ever worked out with, and now he is currently a WWID prospect. So, you know, you got Cappuccino Jones has been by, Sean Legacy, Jackson Drake,
Right.
Jack Cartwheel. You know, I've talked to all of these guys, and you know, just talking to them just really opened my eyes up that if I put in the work, I definitely have a chance to make it somewhere.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, is that your goal? Where do you want to go from here? Where do you see the next step being?
Up, anywhere but up. You know, I don't want to go down. So if it's TNA, AEW, WWE, I want to get there. But I feel like my main goal would be WWE. Actually, my end goal would be headline WrestleMania.
Sure.
So you know, but anywhere up. You know, I'm trying to go up.
Do you think? Are you planning on going after and winning the Memphis Wrestling Heritage Championship?
Absolutely.
I know.
100%.
You got to go for that. That's
100%. I've one of my first year in, one of my, I want to say it was 5 matches in, I got to wrestle for the Memphis Heritage title.
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
Mike Anthony.
Yes, Mike Anthony is awesome.
Mike Anthony is fantastic.
Yeah, he really is.
Good deal. All right. Joey, I think we're ready for a little bit of word up. Yes.
Yeah, it's a little word association time. This will be fun.
All right. So basically, how it works, Big John, is that we're gonna throw something up on the screen. First thing that comes to mind, let us know what it is. And if
Uh-oh.
you have to dive into it and get some more details from it. Are you ready to play word up?
I'm ready. I think so.
Let's jump into it.
We're not
First up,
scandalous pictures. All right.
stiffest opponent. Who in the ring? Like when that person hit you, you're gonna remember. You're gonna remember for the rest of your life.
K Toomer.
Your old partner.
My own tag team partner.
Yeah.
K Toomer.
What did he hit? What did he hit you with?
Man, K Toomer, he's just a big guy. So anything that if it's a spin kick or a chop to the chest or a toss up in the air, you're gonna feel it. I promise. Or shout out AJ Francis. I actually wrestled AJ Francis and K Toomer in a triple threat at our Super
Oh my
Bowl, one
God.
of our biggest shows of the year. You're gonna feel AJ Francis. You know, he used to play in the NFL, so he hits you with that spear. It's basically a wrap from there.
Oh wow, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, next up, best advice received.
Best advice received. Buff Bagwell, work the cameras, get your money shot.
Yeah.
Okay. Good deal. Good deal. All right. Your biggest rival.
Biggest rival. Man, I feel like I'm saying his name a lot, but Mike Anthony. Man, we wrestled at my school, TV, from one side of Tennessee to the other side of Mississippi, you know. So
Yeah.
and I've never got the chance to I beat him once for the Memphis Wrestling Trios, thanks to Buff Bagwell. I've beat Mike Anthony once. I've pinned Mike Anthony, but I would love to run it back with Mike Anthony.
Yeah.
Good deal. Good deal. All right. Hottest crowd. To be fair, because we know the Memphis wrestling crowd can get there outside of Memphis. What is the hottest crowd you've been in front of?
I have to say EPW's crowd. They're slam packed and hot and ready to go. As from bell to bell, they are hyped. Shout out EPW.
All right.
Well, that's a solid house they usually draw on a pretty regular basis. So they're
absolutely
good deal. All right. Next up, favorite tag team partner.
Come on now. That's not even fair.
I had it in there.
I go with it. Buff Bagwell.
Yeah, this was, we covered it. Yeah, I know. All right. Favorite food?
Oh, steak. Medium rare steak.
Medium rare.
Of course.
Okay. What size you want with your steak?
Give me a baked potato.
Your baked potato? Good deal.
Solid.
Okay. Longest road trip.
Longest road trip. Ooh. I have to say Arkansas Travelers. We go to Arkansas Traveler games and we set up and have a wrestling night there. This will be our third night back there this year, and that is July 12th. So I'm ready to go back there. It is a long haul. That or we go to Gleason, Tennessee for a fundraiser for them, Gleason High School. And we also will be back there. That's August 23rd.
Lots of dates booked up. That's good news. So,
yeah.
Stay booked to stay busy, man. Just saying. All right. I think we covered this already. Favorite match.
I have a couple favorite matches.
Yeah.
My first one being with Derek King, me winning the tag team titles with Buff Bagwell. And then my first ever Memphis Wrestling ladder match with Matt Hardy on commentary, where me and K Toomer won the tag team titles recently, will be my top 3.
Okay. I love it. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. All right. So since you're a big man, we're gonna get your thoughts on some of the big men in professional wrestling. None bigger than Andre the Giant. What's your first thought?
Big and strong. So Andre the Giant's a big guy. Yeah, that was
You
way
feel
before my time. I've seen some of his stuff, but from what I know and seen, he's a really big guy.
he hates
yeah.
baby oil too. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
And we're not talking about
just
Diddy
saying.
right now. We're talking about in wrestling.
No Diddy. No Diddy.
No in wrestling. He said no baby oil.
In wrestling, I have to disagree. Baby oil makes me look fantastic in camera.
Hey, especially when the camera hits you at that right spot. Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's what the Macho Man thought too until Andre gave him the business. Andre didn't play around with that.
Another big man, Big Van Vader.
Ooh, nice.
Greatest big man of all time. And I'll give you a little sneak peek here. I'm working on the Vader moonsault as we speak. So stay tuned.
Are you really now? Okay.
Vader's name should definitely be in everybody's top big man of all time.
I think he tops everyone. I think he's number 1.
Okay.
Good point.
All right, I had to throw it out there because it's like 3/4 of your name, Big John Studd.
That's one reason. That is one reason why my name is Big John Dalton, Big John Studd. I wish I could grow hair like he did.
Bro, I think a lot of folks want to grow hair like he did, man.
So we took Big John Studd in the movie Roadhouse, John Dalton, Patrick Swayze, and that's how we came up with the Big John Dalton.
Oh wow!
Okay, good story. I like that. All right, with these next couple ones, some more current big men. The Big Show.
I would hate to take that right hand punch.
Yeah. That's a damn big hand.
Very.
Good deal. All right.
I actually have a signed Big Show singlet somewhere in this house. Somewhere, I'd have to find it.
I love it. All right. Last big man has been active, but he definitely brings a different dynamic as a big man. Keith Lee.
Keith Lee, I love Keith Lee. I really like his work on the independent scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I hate the way he gets used in AEW.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. You did good. You made it through word up. So congratulations.
Well, hang on. Somebody else had another one in the comments there.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
How about the best big man ever, Akeem, the African Dream?
Or the one man gang. We had to count the one man gang in there too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was my dad. My dad heard that. He got a chuckle. He liked him.
Yeah.
Well, if your dad's listening, hey, get ready because we're gonna do a part 2 because we hear somebody got a belt collection, so we're gonna dive into that. We're overdue for.
Trying to get him on here with you. We're gonna have both of you on here next time.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good deal. As we're coming up to the top of the hour or whatnot, for everybody out there watching, whatnot, how can folks keep up with what you're doing?
Subscribe to all my socials and Memphis Wrestling socials. If you type in Memphis Wrestling on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Facebook, Instagram, we're all on there. Then you can subscribe to all my social medias. Facebook should be just Big John Dalton. Instagram is Real One Big John Dalton, and then my X is The John Dalton 2.
Good deal. Good deal.
And then we're on YouTube, of course. Memphis Wrestling on YouTube. That's where you can catch any of my matches. And then you have we're on Tube TV out in Arkansas, WBBJ out in Jackson, Tennessee. There's a couple more, but YouTube is our main one.
Nice.
Very nice.
Good deal. All right, so he pulled out King. Oh, so you collect figures as well?
My dad does.
Okay, we're gonna have like. All right, so we're gonna book part 2 with you and your dad. We're gonna talk belts. We're gonna talk figures. So let's go ahead and get ready for that. Man up, I know is gonna want to have to dig into that because he's
couple around here.
so
Sting.
we're gonna get on y'all calendar. Because we know how busy you are, so we're gonna get on your calendar. We're gonna book part 2, and we're gonna bring your dad on. I'm gonna love.
He might give you a tour of his man cave. He has a bunch.
Yes, please.
Yes.
That's what we want. We're gonna knock on wood ahead of time and hope that the internet agrees with us, so we don't have the issue. You're gonna have to walk us around. You're
gonna need a longer time slot because there's a bunch of stuff.
I love it. And we're here for it. We're here for it. So that will be a good time. Big John Dalton, it's been our pleasure having you here on Bills and Belts with us. We thank you so much. If you guys are watching out there, make sure that you following him on all of his social media. Make sure you're following Memphis Wrestling as well. Memphis Wrestling doing great things. If you don't know, now you know that. As always, don't forget next week, guys. We're taking a pause for the cause. We're taking a break. Week after next on, I don't know what's two weeks from today is the
15th.
The 15th. On the 15th. We're coming in hot and heavy with digging in the dirt. We have three shows to cover that week, and we got a lot to cover. So you don't want to miss it. We got to dive deep into it, all the stuff that is going on in the current landscape of professional wrestling. Again, Big John Dalton, thank you for joining us. And we're definitely looking forward to having you and your dad on a show down the line. We definitely going to dive into it.
Thank you, guys. This sounds fantastic. I can't wait. Hey, if y'all ever are available, come check us out live. 3296 Winbrook Drive. We're right there close to the airport. July 20th is our next show live at the Wrestle Center. We got Gilbert making his debut at Memphis Wrestling. Of course, July 10th, we'll be back at the Wrestle Center. August 22nd, we'll be in Tupelo, Mississippi for St. Jude featuring Rikishi. So that's going to be fantastic.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Nice.
You can check all of our dates on memphiswrestling.tv. It's our website. You can go in there and just check it all out. Of course, we got August 8th. I'll be back at Inglemore for our fundraiser. August 10th, Carlito Buff Bagwell. August 22nd, Rikishi in St. Jude. August 23rd, we're in Gleason, Tennessee with Cowboy James Storms. And then August 24th, you can meet Rikishi live at the Wrestle Center.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely enough to keep you busy. I see. I love it.
Sir.
I love it.
And that's just the Memphis dates, y'all. He's working other places too.
Yeah, that's just
exactly. That's just good stuff. All right, for Big John Dalton, for Joy, and for Man Up, I'm your boy Cedric D. We will see you guys here in 2 weeks, right here on Bells and Belts.
Yeah.